Hi everyone, it's Alexa. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I really appreciate everybody enjoying the videos, giving me feedback, comments, um, questions, likes. It's all very wonderful to see that I have helped you or that you found me entertaining in some way. Mostly what I like to do here on this channel, if you're new, is of course I talk about makeup. My last video is a review about the Il Maquillage foundation that I received in the mail. But I mostly talk about stripper stuff because I've been a dancer since 2004. I'm very good at what I do, and I like to help. I like to help the baby strippers. I want to see us all succeed. I want to see us all do really well. I want to see us all leave the industry with more than what we came in with, not less. I don't want us to feel burnt out, taken advantage of, any of that stuff. So I feel like my advice can be very useful for people who may not have a mentor, may not have an more experienced dancer that's willing to take them under their wing in their club. There is no official training for this job, so we need each other. And that's why I'm here. I love what I do, and if there's anything that you need help with, please leave that in the comment box below, in the comment section. In the description box, I am putting the link to the 48-page ebook that I have written. It's called The Ultimate Stripper Manual. Also, links to my social media will be down there. The book is amazing. Everybody loves it. Check out my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for some reviews of what people are saying. I'm very, very, very happy about the outcome of that book, and I want to create a digital course as well as an option to have me be your personal mentor, which would be like really like one-on-one, like super tight guidance where I'm like basically holding your hand through your journey. I would love to be able to do that. And I used to do that for free in the club. I used to take on girls who were new and I saw potential in, and I would mold them into awesome strippers who have their head on their shoulders and they're making good money. And I just like to do this. So I kept going with it and decided to make it into a business of sorts. So let me get on with today's topic. You guys voted on Facebook. You voted for the second option, and that would be me talking about a trick that will help you get more tips on stage, and not just on stage, but I guess it also translates to being in the club. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of tip walks, but this is something that's sort of common in some clubs. I used to do this out in some parts of California, where you would just wander around after your stage set and people would just tip you for walking around. So if you do tip walks, this is a really, really good way to get money. If tip walks are not mandatory in your club, maybe start doing it anyway. There's nothing that says you can't, that I know of. But let's just say you're on stage and you come out to your music and people are kind of just, I mean, you're glancing around while you're doing your stage show and you're noticing that people are not really noticing what you're doing. They're kind of not paying attention. They're texting, they're, just drinking, looking at the TV, looking at the bartender, whatever it is they're doing. They're not paying attention. And you want to make some money, of course. Like, you want everything you do in the club to earn you money. You're not there just to hang out. You're not there to get drunk and party and, make friends with the girls and all of that fun stuff. So when you're on stage, what you're going to do from the initial moment you walk out there, you're going to make sure that people see you. And this is the trick. This is the thing that I do with everybody. I look around and I see who's looking at me and I lock eyes with them. You have to make eye contact with people. I know that when you're taking your clothes off, it's kind of like weird at first and you're not used to it. This was how I was at first too. I would like walk out there and like be nervous and looking around, maybe like, okay, let me just walk to the pole. Let me grab the pole. Let me walk around the pole. And it was like this very like calculated thing because I wasn't sure of myself. I wasn't sure what I was doing. So I was trying to make sure that my stage show was good, but not really paying attention to the people sitting at the stage or paying attention to the people who are sitting at the tables around the stage or anybody in the club. I was kind of like in my own world. And that's the thing that you have to get out of. You have to interact with people because the stage isn't necessarily about how good of a dancer you are. The stage is about advertising for those VIP dances, for those table dances, whatever it is you sell, the rooms. This is a time for you to get people to notice you. So you're going to, because you have scanned the room before you went on stage, you have noticed which customers look like they have money, right? The ones that are tipping, the ones that are maybe drinking a little bit more of an, refined or expensive looking drink, like a gin and tonic versus, a Bud Light or whatever. You're noticing the guys who are noticing the girls. And those are the ones that you want to pay attention to. So you want to pick your target, your first target. It kind of doesn't really matter what order you go in, but you're going to, I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but you're going to IF. You're going to F people with your eyes. You're going to make eye contact with them, and you're going to give them your most seductive look. You're going to go out on stage and you're going to give them this look like you want to sleep with them. And that's going to drag them over to you instantly. You're going to have a little bit of a smile, maybe not like, a huge grin, but you're going to be like, yeah, I'm really into this. And you're like, making like serious eye contact with this guy and he's noticed you. At this point, he'll usually walk over. And this is your time to start trying to, this is almost as good, maybe better. I don't know. I don't know if it's on par with hustling, when you're already on the floor, but hustling from stage is a good thing because this is a time when you are showing him what you physically look like. You're literally on a stage. You're literally like presenting yourself, your skills, your body, your outfit, everything about you, your whole package, your whole brand is on display. And I know that makes some people nervous, but this is good because this is the time when the guy comes up to tip you, that means he's interested in you. And now you've noticed who your targets might be. So this guy is going to come up and he's going to tip you. And what I like to do, this is the thing that's going to like pull them into you, is you're going to make a little bit of small talk. You're not just going to turn around and show him your ass. You're not just going to like, all right, put the tip in the garter or the G-string and walk away. You're not going to just say, thanks, and then walk back to the pole. This is your time to start a conversation, and it's going to be a little bit of small talk, and you're going to like be able to be a little bit more sexy than you would if you were to just walk up to them if they were seated at a table. This is a time for you to be like, hey, I'm almost naked, or I am naked. And this is where you can start selling dances. Here is the other really cool thing, is to keep him up there longer and to get more stage tips. You're going to pay more attention to him. Instead of just saying, holding out the G-string or the thong and saying, hey, thanks, start a conversation and stay next to him. Now, if he's not going to tip you after maybe another 30 seconds to 60 seconds, I would say 45 seconds is the time where they usually give you another $1 or so. Like it's like 30 to 60 seconds, I think. I don't know. It's just a theory. I don't know if it's a scientific fact, but after a little bit, you're still dancing and he's not tipping you, then you can move on to somebody else or go back to the pole. But I think if he's there and he's still standing there at the stage or seated at the stage, and especially if he has a stack of ones just sitting there on the tip rail, that could all be yours if you stay there and entertain him. And this can be with conversation, this could be with different moves, but I would always just park myself in front of the guy with the stack of ones, unless somebody else is tipping also and you want to give them attention. He's got a whole stack of money and he's giving out one or two or three or four or five at a time. Stay there until that pile is gone. Or you can joke around and say, "Oh, is that for me?" And then he'll laugh and maybe give you a little bit more. Another thing I do is I think of different ways to take the money. I would Okay, I'm gonna be transparent here. I used to take money with my mouth. I used to do that, and then I stopped doing that before the coronavirus. Um, before COVID, I stopped taking dollars with my mouth because somebody told me they got worms or something from putting money in their mouth, and sometimes there's like just nasty stuff on dollars. But I used to do this. I wouldn't like lick it or anything, but I would put it between my lips and then use like Listerine after my stage set. I'm going to advise you not to do that because it's just kind of gross. I don't know why I did that, but you can think of other ways. You can put it between your boobs. You can have them put it in their mouth if you want to do that, if you want to be like that. And, have them try to like put it in your garter with their mouth. That's another thing I used to do. Just change it up, turn around, stick the part of your thong by your butt out, and then stick the part of your thong by your hip and, pull that out so they could put $1 in there. However they tip you, think of different creative ways and just stay there until the money is gone or they get like, "Oh, wait, I'm spending too much," and walk away. So, and I don't know how this works necessarily in urban clubs where they basically just get stacks and just throw it on you. But I feel like it would be the same thing. Like if you actually like went up and put your arms around his neck and, got really close to him and, gave them a really like sensual, intimate sort of greeting where you're like touching, their body, like come up and like, grab their hips and like pull yourself up next to them. Think of different ways that you can be sensual with the people who tip you on stage without being leaving yourself open to possibly being grabbed or assaulted. And I know these things happen on their own without any warning sometimes, or sometimes we think that we're, guarding ourselves and dancing defensively and things still happen. And this is not to victim blame or anything, but, just be aware of the positions that you're in. Sometimes, like, I've seen girls go upside down and their hands are on the floor or the stage and their butt is in the guy's face. And there's no way to literally defend yourself from somebody, like, licking or biting you, even. And I see this happen sometimes, and I could not imagine, doing that and leaving myself open to that kind of thing. Stuff happens anyway sometimes, but be careful of what you do and the positions that your body is in. Always like have your hands available in case you need to smack somebody off of you or move their hands from a certain part of your body you don't want them to touch. Dance defensively. So yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that helps. That's generally how I operate on stage. I do zero pole work. Once in a while, I'll do like a spin or something, but I never ever climb the pole because I believe the money is not on the ceiling. The money is at the table and at the tip rail, at the bar. That's where the money is. So that's what I focus on, and that's what I basically use conversation skills and sensuality and eye contact to bring people over to me, and then I basically stick to them like a barnacle until they get fed up and walk away. And that's about it. And you can also sell dances from stage. Don't forget about that. You can always say, "Hey, if you like me up here, I would love to dance for you in the back room. I would love to take you to the VIP and show you other things that I can do," but never promise anything that you're not going to do. Anyway, all right, I hope this was helpful. I've rambled long enough. Gemini problems. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all your support. And if you're new to the channel, as I said, please check the link in the description box for my book. And also feel free to add me on social media, follow me, and send me a DM if you have any questions or whatever, or leave a comment down below. All right, guys, take care. Stay warm, stay safe. The weather is getting nicer, at least in most parts of the country, except for where I live, where it's probably going to snow later, which sucks. Anyway, I see like Gemini rambles. All right, guys, take care of yourselves and stay well. Bye.